So I'm a bit torn. I was thinking, honestly, I have to look at them. Oh, I gotta put some food in the trough before I get them all killed. So let me take... Oh yeah, there's literally no food. Welcome back to another episode of ARK the Lost Island, and I didn't realize till now in K mode that my feet are not exactly sitting flush on the ground while on this chair. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Today, just like I said in the last video, I'm going to be focusing on the color mutations for all the direwolves. Now, I went ahead and combined all... Well, let me show. It'll be a lot easier. This is my This is my reference direwolf to show all the combined stats naturally. And I also gotta say, this mod that I installed, which is the Super Spyglass Plus, so similar to the older one, where it's just a Super Spyglass, this one has a little bit more things to it. I haven't even dabbled in half of this stuff. I've literally only am using it just for this sole purpose, to see all the mutations, the stats and everything without going into the inventory and doing it like that, like all the points and everything. So it makes it a whole lot easier, especially when you're working with multiple different like direwolf pairs. So that way you don't have to go back and forth, go in and out of each inventory every few seconds. It's just makes it so much easier, because then you could go from the male to the female and back again. So anyway, so this is the combined stats without any mutations or nothing, just straight up what you saw in the last video. This is the product of all four of those direwolves. So we had 37 points in the health, 33 in the stam, 35 in the melee, and 38 into weight. So I finally went ahead and got them all mutated as well. Before you say so in the comments, I did kind of gamble with the mutations because I wanted a higher level direwolf compared like with the stats rather than just the color mutations, because early on, like you could see here, I was getting some interesting colors. Not crazy, but still a decent amount. Unfortunately, these are like default as well. They're not anything good, but it's just to showcase the regions. Obviously, on a direwolf, you only get region 0, which is the first one on the left. It's not region 1, it's region 0. Region 0, region 4, and region 5, 1, 2, and 3 are no, like, they just don't show for it. Obviously, you see region 0 right here. This is the, what is that, like, kind of the underbelly, the main part. Then we got region 4, which is the top coat, and then region 5, which are the feet. So we got all that to work with, and then I also went ahead, because I got a little lazy running to and from the river, just went ahead and just grabbed a quick set of irrigation pipes, grabbed a quick water tap, and now I got water right near the base. Nothing too crazy to worry about. So without further ado, you can see I have 4 stations where how I designed it, and rather how I was starting it. I had this one being like the main one for stam, I believe, which again, we got some pretty good mutation points up to that. I'll show in a minute if you haven't seen already. This I got for the health, then that one was for weight, and then the further one was, well no, this one was melee, the further one was for weight. Although it doesn't really matter, like they all get crossbred eventually at the end. So first and foremost, again, reference 37 health, 33 stam, 38 weight, 35 melee. So all of these are the same, like all the breeding pairs are the exact same levels, exact same stat points and everything. Obviously the colors vary based off which ones you get, but again, that's not the worst thing. So we have right here, actually it's probably easier just to do it like this, because it winds up, where'd it go? Really, I just had it working. Oh well. Anyway, alright, cool. So we got 41 into health, 41 to stam, 42 into weight, and 43 into melee. Again, for the lesser stats, they're all the same, like I said. 38 food, 39 movement speed, and 28 oxygen. Not the end of the world, not crazy, but again, I wound up combining all of these stats, so now they should have about over 100 mutations each for male and the female side. So if we go to, was it the lineage, the ancestry, you can see a lot of this. Like, there's been a lot of breeding here. Start off with combining, well, for this one specifically, the stam 41 and health 41 with the 43 melee, 42 weight. And then you can see I kept going and going until they were all done. But the ancestry line for the, what is it, patrilineal, if I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly, same situation, just reverse for most of it. And then we got to the point where we had them all here, and now everything is there. Again, I do realize now I probably shouldn't have mutated. Although, again, like I said, I wasn't so focused on a great color mutation. I knew with the early ones I'd get a decent amount by the end. So I kind of was gambling a higher stat mutation over the actual visual look of the Direwolf. So definitely exceeded the 20 for the male and the female mutations, I mean. So these are kind of what we have left to work with. We have a all gray and white Direwolf with some brown feet. Then we got the orange with green with brown feet as well. And then we got a few interesting ones. Again, not crazy, but a decent coloring. We got, what is that, I believe? So the main coat, which is like the underbelly, is that darkish violet. Not a perfect purple, but a dark violet. Then on top, we got a black, but I don't know. I think 81 is black, although when you look at the actual creature, it looks pretty dark, so it could possibly be a dark navy. But when you look at the actual like breakdown, I think I have, I think one of these have a dark color on one of the other regions. If not, then does anybody have black? I think 14 is close to it. Not quite, but again, close enough to color. But we really haven't gotten anything better than that. So there are a couple ideas because I also, like you could tell, I am now trying to see if I can mutate them any further. And because, let me just show again, their levels. They're 273, so a mutation at minimum will be 75. A double is 77, and a triple, which is always rare, is a 79. However, I do think because their mutations from all the stat farming is maxed out at clearly 172 on each side, I believe the case may be that they will no longer mutate because they're well over the cap, which sucks. I'll be honest, I kind of went into it thinking I could get some more mutations like I was in the beginning, but that's because they were mutating not as great stats as I started with. So I'm kind of stuck with these colors. So we got red feet, or like a darkish red, kind of clay, terracotta red. Green underbelly, white top coat. We also got an orange coat. We have the, what was that? Not really crazy about the feet color there, like the light gray or brown, whichever that is. Then we got the purple and the dark violet purple, whatever color that would be. And then again, nothing crazy here, green and orange, and then the all white. So I really wish I could have had these colors. Like, I was getting some interesting colors early in the beginning. Like, clearly you can see we have blue, got red, got some dark green. I was getting yellow even. Like, I was getting the whole rainbow. But unfortunately, I'm going to be now most likely limited to the colors you see here. So I had a couple ideas about what kind of color variations I'd want. Or mutations, rather. Not really mutations, like they're already mutated. I'm really just going to be crossbreeding to get the colors. So I could go... I was kind of thinking something like this, because I had the red feet on that Direwolf, and then I had the purple and the close but not quite black. I could potentially make... I don't know if it would work right, because at first I thought this was a blue from afar, so I was like, could make Captain America, you know, like just the USA colors, red, blue, and white, but this is a purple. It's clearly not that blue, so it wouldn't work the way I think. So I could combine some of these lighter colors into this darker body, where I could get potentially like, let's just pretend that's a black, even though it's clearly a dark navy. Actually, we'll just go with dark navy. So I could get some contrasting colors, so I could go, in theory, with like a, well, I don't want to do white, because that's just basically one of these, and that's like a default. It's not really anything special. I could potentially combine, I don't think it would look good, the orange with the purple, and then probably look for like these feet. What are they? Well, not that one. I think one of these had the darker, not the red, but no, that's terracotta. That's terracotta. So it looks like beige might be the only things for feet. Beige and terracotta. So that's not going to work. Again, I haven't checked any of these in a while, but I think they're all going to be the same. Like, they're basically they're cross-breeding the colors that I already had. So I might as well just look through all these just in case I get any cool color combinations, because then it would just save time with the breeding, because realistically that's all I'd be doing essentially. So I'm gonna be getting like all of these mixtures at some point, and then I just gotta see which ones look best. Like, for example, what was it? The orange and the purple, since I already spoke about it, let's just see. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So I may just hold off on that. What else do we have in here? Orange and green, I already saw that a few times. Green and like the dark blue, that could be interesting. Let me just see. That's not bad, especially with the green. That's really not that bad at all. I really don't like the feet. I wish the feet colors mutated a little more, but I don't know. Maybe I could combine it. I don't think the terracotta would look good. I think the beige would probably be better. I could probably see if there's any, but let me go ahead and go through all of these, because again, they all were breeding at the same time. So that's about, call it 177 times 4, little under 800 to go through. So let me just go through all of them, see which ones stand out the most, and then I'll see about where we go from there with color patterns, mutations, and then seeing if we could combine certain colors if they're not already combined already, to make a better breed, to make a better product of Direwolf, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so these are what we have to work with. We have, for the orange top coats, because this is literally all the possible combinations that we can get with all these parents, we have orange with the green body and the terracotta. It'll be easy just to call it I'll stick with terracotta. I was going to say red, but clearly that's red. That's not. And that'll just have to be, maybe crimson is a better color description, but we'll go crimson. So we got orange, green, and crimson. Then we got orange, purple, and beige. Orange, gray, and crimson. And then orange, gray, and beige. Probably should have shown it better on this lighting because it's easier to see. Let me just get rid of that for the moment. Okay, so now we could get an idea of the coloring. Again, they're not great, but I can manage this. Although it's not as desirable color selection, I can still make it work. Then we have our gray top coats. So we have gray, and crimson, gray, green, and beige, gray, and beige, and then gray, green, and crimson. So a little variation, not crazy, but the cooler ones probably will wind up being something of what we work with. We got navy, green, and beige, and then we got navy, purple, and beige. The thing is, so I'm a bit torn. I was thinking, honestly, I have to look at them. Oh, I gotta put some food in the trough before I get them all killed. So let me take, oh yeah, there's literally no food. You know what? I'm gonna have to, give me 2 seconds. Alrighty, everybody's eating. So, like I was saying, I was thinking while doing this to look at this right here. Wow, you really, sorry about that. Didn't realize I was out of food. So yeah, I was thinking kind of like making the Irish flag in a way, little homage to everybody who's Irish as well as myself, but still. The crimson foot color, it doesn't help. I would prefer if I know I could get the beige feet on here, which doesn't look terrible. If we just look at it right here, you see the beige. Do I have something? Yeah, that'll work. The beige on this could blend in a bit better than the crimson, but again, it's ideally would have probably been the gray for this, or even just if I could get more green or orange, but kind of shit out of luck on that department. So what I'm kind of left with is these aren't too bad. The blue and the orange, or the purple and the orange, it's too much personally. I know probably some people don't mind that. I think it's just too much going on. If I could have gotten the feet to be the purple as well, then I'd consider this. But I think for right now, I'm going to favor this. I'll try and see with the feet which one looks better. But for right now, I think I'm going to remove you from the lineup. You aren't terrible. It's just you're plain. You're really nothing like... There's nothing special about except the foot color. Like, I want something with pizzazz, so I think I'm going to rule out you and you as well. Going to the green, this is, again, just too much. I mean, yeah, it's a bit more Italian, so, you know, a little culture. I'll actually leave that for a little bit of the culture diversification, if you will. All white and the gray, the beige, not really anything special. And don't really like the feet on you. And there's nothing special except the feet, so I'm going to remove you. Then we have two of what I prefer, but, you know, to a somewhat degree of not great. We have the blue, the green, and then the beige. And then we have blue, purple, and beige. Again, foot color. It's either that or crimson. I don't know. Let me actually set them up like side by side real quick to just see, because I feel it might work better seeing it all that way. So like, give me 2 seconds there. Okay, so we have, again, we got our Irish flag, we got our Italian flag, then we have the purple with the blue and the beige, and then we have green, blue, and beige. So I don't necessarily know which one is the best case scenario. Again, this looks great, like it blends perfectly, the dark blue with the purple, but then the feet just absolutely kind of kill it because you got either beige or red, which does not look good whatsoever. Personally, it just not, I'm not a fan of the crimson on this coloring. Like, I'm a fan of the top part, just the feet kill it. And then we have this, which with red wouldn't really look good. With beige, it doesn't look amazing, but it's kind of better than the red. Like, those are crazier colors. Then we just have the nationality colors. So we got either Italian or Irish. Don't know which is more ideal. Personally, you know, not for nothing, I just had an idea, because I was looking at these and I'm like, I really would like these colors, but I can't mutate any further. It might take a while, and I definitely am considering and willing to do it, but I could combine these for colors, like get some good mutations and then see what I get, and then mutate, or rather breed those stats into these, and then see if potentially... Wait a second, did I? I feel like I might have... Hold on a minute. I think I spayed them accidentally, not realizing it. Like, I was just curious because I knew I wasn't going to be using these, but then I realized now that was a dumb mistake. Yeah, I can't... They technically are on... well, these are all males, so let me just check real quick if I spayed them. Because that's kind of going to suck if I did. They're all on mating. You are on mating. Yeah. You're all spayed. Yeah, because you'd also see... Like, you can see the parents right here. It says enable to mate. And these do not have that because I spayed them. So, yeah. Scratch that whole plan. Now I just have to work with these four. So, I mean, I might as well just see how it looks. I'll try and breed this one with one of these to get the feet on that coloring. And then this one as well for the feet just to see how it looks. And then worst case scenario, yeah, so I'll basically wind up breeding you with you. Well, let me show it this way. I'll breed that one with, well, actually, Gender-wise, will that work? Male, female, female, yes. And those are females. So you're the only male right now. So I had to kind of do it one at a time. But I'll basically wind up breeding you with you, like I said, to get the foot coloring. Then you with you for the foot coloring. And I don't think I'm going to put beige on that because that's just kind of useless. So give me a few moments. Well, for you, it'll only be a few seconds. But for me, it'll probably be a lot longer than that. But yeah, let me do all that. And I'll see you guys in just a moment. So here are all the options fully grown up. We got, again, option A, B, C, D, and E. So let me start off with option E. So for this, I'm not too particularly fond of everything. Like, the blending is great. It's just the red feet kind of are too much. And then it's like the green and the blue. Although it kind of works, it's just the color of the red just kind of kills it because of the contrast and aspect. So that's that one. Then we got option D, which is the same situation but with the beige feet, which it looks better. But again, I'm not a fan. If the feet were either green or even the blue or even black, honestly, I'd consider it. But for this, I'm just going to not choose it personally. Then we have option C, which was our Italian flag. It's an okay mix. Again, it's a little too much. It doesn't blend too well, so for that reason alone, I'm just going to have to not choose it. Besides, we already have an Italian-themed dino. Don't really want to do two of them. And then I was really favoring this one for a bit, the Irish-themed Direwolf. Not, again, great color choice because the feet aren't white. Like, if they were the white from the top coat of option C, then I would definitely have chosen this as my primary color scheme. But because it's not really that color and the beige doesn't really blend well. And then we have option A, which I'm not a crazy fan of initially, but honestly, after seeing like enough of it, after a while, I kind of grew onto it. And I think I'm going to choose this one. And I think I came up with a great name for it, which, again, these ones aren't like imprinted, so I wound up imprinting a whole batch of them, but I came up with this one. Again, it's the exact same colors and everything, and I'm going to be calling it Nightblood just because it's got like the nighttime colors where at night obviously you're not going to see too well because it'll blend into the shadows pretty well. And then the feet at the bottom, it's like the crimson blood color, so I combined the two, Nightblood. And I'm not crazy again with the names, so if there's a better name out there, I definitely will change it. But for right now, I think I'm going to rock Nightblood as a name. And you only have 2 levels, so I'm not going to level you up just yet. Let me first and foremost take it out. Oh, you can do the jump like the Sabertooth. You can kind of like stack it up, if you know what I mean. Like constantly spam it. Let me go and find something to kill, because I haven't tested the melee to see what it actually can do. Again, this is imprinted, so as you can see, we got 100% imprint in the top right corner. Damage, actually, let me just look at stats again. We got 36, 43, so again, 41 points into stam and health, 42 weight, and 43 melee. 3,600 health, 1,300 stam, 375 weight, and 537 melee. Weight might have to go up, and it definitely will level up greatly because of the higher stat point. Pteranodon could give me an idea, at least something. 230, okay, not bad. That worked out great. And also with Direwolves, you can see like their health stats of wild dinos or just deceased dinos with the little health indicator. Plus, it's really useful to track them, especially if you're trying to find bodies. So it looks like 230 is the base. So that's pretty good. Let me just kill a couple more things to get maybe a few more levels so I can level up each thing to see how big of a gap, or rather how big of a jump it'll be. Because I know the higher points, like 43, is definitely going to be really good for melee. And then health, I think I want to probably get this up to at least 20k, maybe 25, depending. I guess we'll kill you. That shouldn't be too difficult. Stam, I think I'm good around 1,000, so no problem really with that. Weight, again, I'm going to probably level up towards, like, not initially, just because it's not a main priority. Although eventually I will want high weight so that way I can move around with a bunch of stuff. Especially since it'll be a tank by that point. I can actually like traverse large areas, or rather traverse for long durations in areas, so that way I can actually explore properly, because I do have yet to explore this map and there's a lot to it. Like, again, the map barely even touched the surface, so I have a lot of exploring to do in the near future, hopefully. But I got a few things I gotta do before then, so let's check out these parasaurs. There we go, nice and easy. Let me just, there we go, good. You guys are useless, and you are dead, as well as these bugs. These should give me a few levels at least, so I can do stuff with that. Oh, forgot about you. That's great. Yeah, it's really good that you can track deceased animals, because especially these little bugs, although they're not like great for mounted chitons or anything, just to be able to track them in the brush or whatever, it's pretty useful. So let's see the levels. We have 6. So we got 3643.5 in health. We hit it once. Goes up about 350, about 400, not too bad. Stam goes up about, what was that, 13 something to 15, so about 150, not terrible either. Weight, we got 375. All right, 25, that's going to be, it's a good chunk, but not a lot. And then we got 537 on melee, 558. So we were doing, what, 230? And now we are doing 239. So not a major thing. I think I'm just going to focus on the health right now. So we're about 5k in, nothing terrible. Again, a lot of levels needed to get this up to at least 20k, if not 25. But for today, I'm going to wrap things up here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and come back here regularly. And as well, comment any suggestions you have, whether it be a name, other things you want to see, and other things of advice you have for me that could help me out in this series. Again, definitely enjoying it. Definitely going to have a lot to do with it. A lot of discovery, a lot of tames, a lot of boss fight, everything. But with all that being said, hope you have a great rest of your day and take care.